We are going to talk about a movie.
This is gonna be a disaster.
It was one of the best movies of the year.
It's gonna go so well. Probably one of the last movies I would ever want to see in a theater.
I love that that's recording. Like, that's actually on there.
Gotta do what you gotta do to get the views, am I right? Welcome to Naked Oscar Predictions.
Everyone I get wrong? Alright.
But none of us agreed to play this game. It's just you getting naked.
Hello and welcome to, I guess, our second last episode of And the Winner Is for this year. We are at the predictions. This is it. This is the big one where we make fools of ourselves. I am joined by my wonderful panel. We have an extra person again, which is awesome. Taylor Robinson, how are you?
I'm really good. I'm not sure how I feel about this because I'm gonna have to make decisions between like real predictions and like heart predictions of like this will never happen, but like I need the universe to know that this is what I want. So that's about where I'm at the moment.
All right. Nick, how you going?
Good. I'm very excited to talk about live action short and animated short because they're the two biggest categories, I think, this year. So very excited.
Richard?
I'm really excited to tell you what I have for my best picture prediction, and you guys are probably going to think I'm an idiot.
All right. This is the kind of content we're here for.
Here we go. And Peter?
Yep.
That is very fair.
Well, no, it'll be. I'm the same with Taylor. Like, it's like the things that
J-Lo's not in contention,
not
so
in
he doesn't
contention.
care.
So
No,
she
poor Rebecca.
can't win. It's the same thing. Like, you want the things that you know are going to win, but the ones that you're like in your heart, you're just like, come on.
Yeah.
But
Well, all right. Let's start at the end
All right.
and work our way up. So, best live action short. The nominees are Brotherhood, The Neighbor's Window, A Sister, Sierra, and Nefta Football Club. I've got Brotherhood.
I believe I do as well. Yes.
I actually closed my eyes and picked one.
Fair
so
enough.
mine's a 1 in 5 shot at winning. So
Okay.
I actually don't know what I picked.
Fair
Great
enough.
content, thank you.
Fair enough. Richard, what have you got?
I think I chose Brotherhood in our polls.
And Peter?
I think I chose Brotherhood because, again, this was one that I didn't really have much context on. I feel like I just chose the one that, like, the title looks kind of Oscar-y. I could be wrong. I might have chosen something else.
Yeah.
Brotherhood, for some reason, is standing out, but it could be because you just said it.
That is also very, very fair. Okay, so everyone else has Brotherhood except Nick and Peter, who have The Neighbor's Window.
Oh, I chose The Neighbor's Window.
There we
you
go.
go.
Yeah, that's the one I've been backing from day one.
Brotherhood. Neighbor's Window. That sounds more Oscar-y than Brotherhood does. So, yeah.
Oh,
This is okay.
all right. Let's move on to best animated short. We have Hair Love. Sorry.
What are you doing?
That's
I can't get to my predictions on
Okay.
here, so I
Fair
have
enough.
to like this is what I have to go off of because
Alright.
it won't actually let me go to like
okay. That's
my
fair.
list.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because once you do it, you kind
like you can't look
That's
at it
right,
again,
yeah.
so I can't get to
Alright.
it.
So let's move on to best animated short. We have Hair Love, Kitbull, Sister, Daughter, Memorable.
So I definitely picked Hair Love.
Hair Love?
Yeah.
So
I went with Hair Love
all the
too.
one-word titles too. Oh no, except Hair
Except Hair Love.
Love. What did I pick?
You picked Hair Love.
Hey, there we go. Love.
Sister.
You know.
You picked Daughter.
No, I didn't. I definitely picked Hair Love.
Oh, okay. Yep. Never mind. Yep.
Sorry.
Me.
Yes.
Oh, Hair Love.
Wow.
Hair Love.
You're certain about that?
I am certain about
Okay.
that. Because it was the only one that I had any sort of
Knowledge
notice of. Yeah.
Fair enough.
have a personal connection to Hair Love.
Yes,
I'm
definitely.
so glad my blind picks are paying off right now. This is fantastic.
All right. Best documentary short. We have Learning to Skateboard in a War Zone, Walk, Run, Cha Cha, Life Overtakes Me, St. Louis Superman, and In the Absence.
I definitely picked Learning to Skateboard in a War Zone.
What did I pick? I know I'm making.
This is a great prediction show. Hey, yeah.
Once we get to the big
real
categories,
stuff,
I know
yeah,
what I
okay.
picked.
Don't call it the real stuff. That's so bad.
I didn't say real.
The
stuff.
regular
Sorry.
films.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Nick, you picked St. Louis Superman.
Yep. What's that?
No, sorry. No, Peter picked St. Louis Superman. Sorry. Nick, you picked Walk, Run, Cha-Cha.
Yep.
Of course you
Of
did.
course I did. It was the most interesting title.
I really should know this category because, according to Louis C.K., it's the only Oscar that can change your life. What did I pick?
You picked Learning to Skateboard.
Then we'll do that.
All right.
Great.
And documentary feature, we have American Factory, For Summer, Honeyland, The Cave, and The Edge of Democracy.
I picked American Factory.
I think I picked Fosama.
You did.
I chose For Summer. Yeah.
Yep.
American Factory.
Yeah, so I also picked American Factory. I just think that's got a
Right.
chance, like a really good chance of getting it.
That won the Independent Spirit Award today.
Yeah, and I also think that it's produced by the Obamas. It's been available on Netflix since like August. Like it's available for people to watch. Where For Summer's not easily accessible.
We've only just gotten For Summer.
And a very limited
Yeah,
release.
Barack is going, vote.
All right. Let's move on to the big one. Best international film.
You guys, I don't know about this one. This
Yeah.
one's a little.
Like Parasite, really?
I think there are three categories where we are all in agreement on what is going to win, and this is one of them.
Yeah.
And that is Parasite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My heart pick is Pain and Glory, obviously.
Yeah.
But there's no way Parasite is losing this award unless it gets Best Picture. I think Pain and Glory could actually win.
Do you think that'll be a telltale giveaway sign if Pain and Glory does win
I
Best
think
International
so.
Feature?
Yeah,
We
I
might
think
be
so
getting
because
Parasite
I
as a
don't
Best
think they'll
Picture nom.
give Parasite both.
No.
No.
So I think that's the only way we know that Parasite probably won Best Picture.
My pick at the moment is that Parasite will win Best International Feature and we'll get something else for
Yeah.
Best Picture.
I would agree with Taylor if something other than Parasite had won one of the International Film Awards, but it's been Parasite sweeping the whole season.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just talking about this
one,
show.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if it for some reason gets it in the Academy because the Academy wants to give Parasite Best Picture, I don't think they'll give it both awards.
Yeah, like the voting body will be like, okay, well, I'm voting for Parasite for Best Picture. I'll go.
So for international,
yeah, for international, I'll go
I'll give it to
something
something else.
And it was really great that Pain and Glory got a nomination in there as well, because Pain and Glory should have been a movie that had
Yeah.
so much more.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I agree.
So the fact
Yeah.
that at least they not acknowledged it as a film as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Let's move on to animated feature.
All right.
We have Klaus, Toy Story 4, Missing Link, How to Train Your Dragon, and I Lost My Body.
I desperately want How to Train Your Dragon to win this award, but I picked Klaus.
So did I. I think Klaus got this.
I'm the same as Taylor. I really want How to Train Your Dragon to win, but I actually picked, in a surprise shock, Missing Link.
You did.
Just after that Globe win
Yeah.
sort of took me for a spin, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, let's see what else people are putting forward for it.
This is a wide open race because Klaus and I Lost My Body won the Annies. Toy Story's got Producers Guild, Missing Link, The Globe. Look, I have not seen Hidden World. I have not seen Missing Link. I have not seen Klaus, which won the BAFTA.
Yeah.
I know there's a sense that they don't want to award sequels, but I'm just going to be a cliche and go with Toy Story 4.
Yeah, so here's the... sorry, Peter, which...
I chose Klaus. I would have probably initially been like, Toy Story 4, absolutely. And then when Missing Link won the Golden Globe, I was ecstatic that won. And then Klaus seems to just be picking up a lot of momentum, and yeah.
It's very interesting because... So, you've mentioned the Annie Awards. Disney have never done well at the Annies. So, most Disney films don't win the Annie Award. It's actually, when Frozen won it, it was a big shock. Like, they went, oh, okay, Frozen's got this in the bag. Just because, like, I think How to Train Your Dragon actually beat Toy Story 3 that year. So, the Annie Award I don't really hold as an indicator, but I've gone with Klaus because, one, if Toy Story 4 does get it, it will be the first time a sequel got it where the previous film won the same award.
Yeah.
And I also just think that the Frozen 2 not getting nominated really threw me for a loop. That was okay, maybe there is this, no, we're not giving it to Disney this year. Maybe, I don't know, but I there's a feeling I have that maybe Klaus is going to take it.
It's so fascinating to me that this is probably arguably the most wide open category that there is.
One of, yeah.
I guess it's
Because-
surprising that Toy Story 4 is just not.
It's not the front.
It's not
talked
the
about, yeah.
There's also something to be said. Someone said that no Christmas movie did not win animated film ever, like After Christmas.
Again, no animated film. There's only been like 3 that have been nominated since 2000. Like realistically, like if you think off the top of your head, how many great Christmas animated films have there been since 2001? Like After Christmas is probably the only one on anyone's real mind that would have been in contention, really, except maybe Rise of the Guardians. I mean,
I love Rise of the
Yeah.
Guardians, but I know that's not a super popular opinion.
But
to
that's
have,
what I'm
like,
getting at more.
yeah.
Like, there hasn't been that like just groundswell around a Christmas movie like there has been for Klaus, and the fact that I think also that Toy Story 4 hasn't been getting the same, like it got huge praise when it first came out, but that has really gone.
It hasn't maintained any sort of momentum.
No, at all. So it's definitely what you said. It's probably one of the most wide open races. To me, it's definitely. I think Missing Link is an interesting one just because it did win the Globe, which is I think one of my favorite moments from that entire Globe ceremony because they didn't know that was coming. Like it's one of the most genuine moments I've ever seen where people have won it and they just straight up did not think it was going to happen.
They are completely unprepared.
Yeah,
like in
it's-
the
it's-
realist
yeah.
sense of the word.
Yeah.
Isn't Missing Link Aardman, the people behind
No,
Walls of Light?
No, Leica.
Same guys who did
Leica.
Kubo and the
Yeah.
Magicians.
And did they also do Early Man?
No, that's Art.
Oh,
yeah,
They've done Kubo and
Kubo,
Kubo's-
Paranorman, Coraline, like those ones.
Because I
both
feel
do
like
stop motion.
I think Leica, it's gonna win its Oscar at some point.
Well, won it for Kubo.
Yeah,
so
it's already,
it won it.
Yeah.
Oh, it got nominated, didn't win.
Did it? I can't-
No, Kubo lost to Zootopia.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Sorry, man, I can't.
But I think with the animated one, it'll be one of those ones that like whoever wins, it'll be like I don't think anybody's going to be like super upset.
No, I don't
I
either.
don't
Whatever
think
the
so.
ranking,
Yeah.
will be like that's a great choice. Like,
Yeah.
it's one of
Yeah.
those ones where everyone whoever wins, it'll be a good result.
Yes,
you know?
like it's one of those few categories where we can all look at it and go, okay, I'm
Like,
happy with that
I
one.
understand why that won.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's going to be interesting. All right, let's move on because we've been talking for quite a while about these ones. Best visual effects. We have 1917, The Lion King, Avengers Endgame, The Irishman, and Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Peter, I'm going to start with you.
I chose the Avengers.
Richard.
I'm going with the BAFTA winner, 1917.
I went The Lion King.
Ooh.
I went Avengers Endgame.
I went 1917. To me, I think if this is an indicator for me that if 1917 wins this, it could be in for a big night.
Yeah.
And I just feel like 1917 is going to have a big night. I think this could be like our Mad Max, like where Mad Max just suddenly just ran the field, and we'll get to halfway through the ceremony and someone makes the Mad Max like the joke of hey it's 1917. And it's like there is a chance that could end up happening and everyone's going, well, 1917 could actually take this. So it's going to be interesting. Let's move on to sound mixing. 1917, Ford v Ferrari, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Joker, and Ad Astra.
I think I picked Ford v Ferrari for this one. If I didn't, I picked it for sound editing. But I went back and forth, I think, between 1917 and Ford v Ferrari for these categories.
Yeah, you went Ford v Ferrari.
Yeah, so I'm going to say Ford v Ferrari.
I'm still very confused by these categories, so you'll need to tell me which one. I
You were Ford v Ferrari.
Yeah, okay.
Mixing, I have 1917.
You do.
I have 1917 as well.
I agree. I think 1917's again, Ford v Ferrari is going to most likely either be second or first. Like I think it's between these two.
Yeah. Oh, you.
What did I do? Okay.
You were so in your own zone, you didn't even get your own pun.
No,
It was
but
kinda
okay.
great.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to sound editing because I don't know what I just said. We have 1917, Ford v Ferrari, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Joker.
So for this one, I picked 1917 then.
You did.
I think I was the same. I think I meant 1917.
You did.
This is where I'm giving it to Ford v Ferrari.
Okay.
1917.
Okay, and I'm also 1917.
There we go. Big numbers for 1917 at the moment.
We have, this is the best song, the other one where we've all in agreement on what we've picked.
I'm gonna love
That's
me
cool.
again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, to me it would be a shock if this doesn't get it. Everything you were saying about Taron getting nominated applies to this category
I
as well.
agree.
So
I think it'll be the Academy giving Elton his award because
We don't think Rocket Man underperforming is a sign that it has its weak spots.
Nah.
no,
Absolutely
and
not.
Anyway.
This song has won all of the awards.
Again, if Frozen 2 not getting nominated for animated has kind of just ruled out Into the Unknown for me. Like, I was maybe going with Into the Unknown. Like, that would have been interesting, but them nominating it for animated, going, oh, okay, cool. The Academy just did not resonate with Frozen 2.
It seems like Frozen 2 is the same kind of thing with Toy Story 4, where it's just kind of, it came out, it did what it needed to do, and then it just, like, trailed off. Whereas Rocket Man, like, yeah, it opened so early in the year, but it, like, Taron Egerton, like, they campaigned the shit out of it towards the end. So I think it's staying in people's minds. I think the Globe win for Taron and the song, I think puts the song in good contention to win.
Yeah, I completely
and it's
agree.
just a funky banner.
It's a banger.
All right, let's move on to best score. We have
Right.
Joker, 1917, Marriage Story, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, and Little Women.
I have picked Joker.
Oh.
I know. I hate myself too. It's fine.
it's all
I
about
would like
those
to see.
golden
I would like to
points.
see 1917 win for this because I think that score does a lot for that movie. However, Joker has the momentum behind it. It is a really great score, and I would love to see a lady up there accepting the award. So
It pains me that I can't pick 1917 because that score is
It's
so good. That is such a good score, and I really, really want it to win. And if I'm wrong in this category, I will jump for joy as long as it is 1917.
Which is assuming you picked Joker. I'm
Yeah, I
guessing?
picked Joker. I think Joker's got all the momentum. I think the score for Joker is incredible. Like, and it is one of the things that really stands out in that film. And I think it's a deserved win if it does get it. But I think 1917 score is so good. That's again heart over head. This is a head pick, and I think Joker's got it.
I'm in the exact same boat as you guys. I would love 1917 to win, especially just based on that the flares over the city score alone, like that is incredible. But I've also picked Joker.
Man, Thomas Newman, he has the worst luck. My heart would go for Alexandra Desplat for Little Women, but my prediction is Hilda, what's the last name, for Joker.
I'm never going to be able to pronounce that. I'm not good with names.
I think I chose
You did.
1917. I was in the same thing where it was like between Joker and 1917, and I think I was just like, you know what, F it.
Hey, if you're going to win a pool, you got to make.
Dude,
You got to make
some
the.
of- Some of my picks coming up in this pool are some real epic picks, so I feel you on that one.
And it's a case of like, if Joker wins, it's probably going to be more like great because it's a female behind it.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, oh, that's a great win. But I was the same. I just, in this one, my heart kind of just went, just do it. So,
Yeah. No, and that is fair. All right, let's move on to production design. 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Parasite, Jojo Rabbit, and The Irishman. This one is very
It
divisive
is.
between all of us.
I would like Jojo Rabbit to win, but I picked 1917.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my heart pick would have been Jojo.
I've also picked 1917, but my other pick that I think could be the upset is Parasite.
What did I pick? Because I'm thinking I picked 1917. I don't-
You picked 1917, yes.
Yeah.
I am picking Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because they had to build that Western show that Leo's on. They had to build the ranch, Spawn Ranch, and also those neon signs in LA 1969. So
That
that's
was
where
the
I'm
movie
going.
I was going back and forth with, yeah.
I think I chose Parasite.
You did.
mainly
though.
just because of that goddamn house.
That house.
Yeah, well,
is
that's
and the fact that they also
incredible,
built
yeah.
the
Yes,
they
the
built
basement, yeah.
They built the whole
slums,
thing. They
built
had to
everything.
build
everything.
everything.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So,
Like,
so the biggest problem I think they have is they haven't advertised that until this week.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Because it doesn't look like they had to
No.
put that
No.
much work
Like-
in.
Yeah, but it's
they
like they
did.
actually
yeah, like
built
that
everything.
should have been. We should have known that 3 months ago.
Yeah.
If we knew that 3 months ago, I think it wins this award. It's too little, too late.
Yeah.
They've not
And
revealed
We
that until
can't
this
always
week.
be like, we have faith in the Academy.
no, we don't.
Well, the other problem I think with this movie is they put it out knowing they had a good movie, but they never had the intention of campaigning this movie.
True.
Like it was never
It just-
something that
yeah.
if it was going to get nominated, sure it gets best international nomination, but they never went into this award season thinking they'd have to campaign for the
Imagine
bigger awards.
thinking about that. Like the distributor for Parasite in Australia is Mad Men, which is usually like a straight to DVD. Like we occasionally get cinema releases from Mad Men. Imagine if it had someone with a bigger distributor, like
Yeah.
your Universals, your Sonys, and you want like if someone knew that this was going to have the impact it did, there is no doubt it would have a way bigger distributor than it did all around the world.
I also, if it had a bigger distributor, I think we are actually legitimately like we'll get to Best Picture and we can talk about this later, but we're talking about it,
yeah.
and there's that. Is it? Or it could actually have won it if it had a bigger distributor, but
Yeah, for sure.
We'll
get
get to there. Let's move on to Best Makeup and Hairstyling. We have Bombshell, 1917, Judy, Joker, and Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. Peter, I'm going to start with you.
I went The Bombshell.
You did. Richard?
I am choosing Bombshell because they had to make Charlize's face longer and her eyebrows higher.
I also picked Bombshell.
I did as well.
So did I. I think Bombshell's got a real chance of getting this. I wouldn't be surprised.
I think it's the strongest category that it could win for. Like it's got
Yeah,
really
well,
what it's going for.
yeah.
It, yeah.
There is this whole ridiculous hoo-ah of by awarding Bombshell, you're awarding the real women behind the story, which I find ridiculous.
No, we're
You're awarding
awarding
the
makeup and
artist.
hairstyle.
And people are like,
For someone to turn Charlize Theron into Megan Kelly, like
And for 90% of the film, you go, that's Megan
You have
Kelly.
to go, oh, it's Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's absolutely a testament to
Yeah,
like as good as her
absolutely.
performance is.
And the
they're just
hairstyling's
like,
great
it's-
too because I brought this up before. The Loudest Voice, which is the Roger Ailes series with Russell Crowe, the Gretchen Carlson characters between Nicole Kidman and is it Naomi
Naomi
Watts?
Watts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hairstyle is fantastic. They're both is the exact same almost. Like it's a great representation or copy of the character.
and John Lithgow in a fat suit. I mean, come on.
All right, let's move on to Best Film Editing. We have Parasite, Ford v Ferrari, Jojo Rabbit, The Irishman, and Joker. Where are you starting, Taylor?
I think I picked JoJo for this one in our little pool.
Yes, you did.
And I would love to see Jojo Rabbit win for this one, but I think my head pick is telling me Ford v Ferrari is going to pick this one up. I think that'll be the award that it like really gets, and then we're all fucked trying to figure out who gets Best Picture because editing went to Ford v Ferrari.
Yeah.
I think I picked Ford v Ferrari as well. I believe I did.
No.
Oh, shit, what did I pick?
You picked Parasite.
Ah, okay. Well, now I'm on the Parasite train. Actually, in fairness, so I like I said to you guys, I watched this again last night, and it is a pretty fucking well edited movie. So I'm confident in that pick. But now Taylor said that, I was like, oh shit, maybe Ford v Ferrari might win it. Those are the main two for me anyway. So
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb, and I am picking Parasite, which did win the Editors Guild Award for drama. I think comedy went to Jojo.
It did.
But I just feel like Parasite, it moves. And the montage where they're meticulously planning the schemes, their ingenious schemes between the slum, the mansion. I thought that was just genius. So I'm going to pick Parasite.
there is one scene, the scene in Parasite that the editing is the best is when they accuse the housekeeper of having tuberculosis, and it's the scene between the madam and the driver, and he picks up the bloody tissue out of the bin. Like that is some of the best, the funniest editing in that movie. Yeah.
Peter, where'd you go?
I think I chose
You did.
Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was just because I don't
Hype?
know.
Hype train?
I think it was. Like,
Yeah,
I feel like
makes
Joker
sense.
was was up for like so much that I kind of went, I don't want to give it like a lot of the big stuff. So I think this was just one of those ones where I went, all right, I'll just give it to like honestly, it wasn't too much thought behind it.
That's
I think
fair.
I just went, I'll give it to Joker on this.
It's just $10.
Damn it.
No, in all seriousness, I've also gone Parasite. I think Parasite's got a real chance, and if it's going to have the legs of maybe getting Best Picture, I think it needs to win this award. If Parasite wins this, we could have a race for Best Picture. If it doesn't win this, I think we can kind of all go, okay, it's 1917's to lose.
That's what I was going to
it's-
say. It's like none of us picked 1917, which is interesting.
Well, it's not
'cause-
nominated.
Oh, wasn't it?
No,
oh,
it
that's
was
right.
nominated for
Yeah.
editing. So
But-
that
oh,
was
sorry. I'm
yeah.
confusing with the what did it win editing for?
Screenplay. It gets nominated for screenplay, which
But
was
it won
the big
editing
shock.
for something else.
At the Critics' Choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
probably what I'm thinking of then. Apologies.
Yeah, but I agree. I think Parasite's the one that I think is going to win this one. All right, let's move on to costume design. We have Jojo Rabbit, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Little Women, Joker, and Irishman. What have you got?
I think I picked Little Women for this one. But honestly, I kind of just have no idea. I'd like to see Little Women win. I'd like to see JoJo win. But I just don't. Like, on this one, I've kind of just got no idea where this is going. Like,
pick
it's
something?
Yeah, because costume design is tricky, especially when it doesn't really feel like there's a front runner. Like, it could go to Once Upon a Time. It could really
Yeah.
just go to,
Yeah.
to
It
anywhere.
could go literally anywhere.
So I picked
yeah.
Little Women.
I picked Little Women as well. I'm pretty certain, but like, I would love JoJo to win based on Sam Rockwell's
Yeah.
character's
Oh,
costume at the
dude.
end alone.
Yeah.
Because that's hilarious in the film. But I feel like you really can't go past a period piece.
No,
as well.
no.
Like there always seems to be the sort of Oscar darlings when it comes to costume.
Yeah.
Scarlett's shoes, though.
Yeah.
Question about JoJo. JoJo's robot costume, would that be production design or would it be costume? Remember that red box he wears?
You went to the bathroom during that scene.
Oh, okay.
So, you're gonna have no idea what he's
No idea what you're talking about.
Fucking robot and Jojo Rabbit.
So just by the look on his face, I was like, yeah, he wasn't there for that scene, so he's getting real confused real quick.
This would be great if we just.
Jojo Rabbit was the dystopian thriller.
This would be great if we just made that up. We've all just thought this place to trick you about a robot.
He basically wears this giant cardboard box kind of costume.
They'd be costuming. They'd be
Okay. Well, look, I keep jumping back and forth between Little Women and JoJo. I love Little Women's costumes, but then again, I do think when you have something like JoJo, which takes a period piece and takes like an alternate universe spin on it with the Sam Rockwell Nazi uniform. But yeah, I think I voted for Little Women.
You did.
And I'm going to stick with that.
I voted for Little Women. Again, period piece. It feels like Little Women's probably got to get fucked over. So I was gonna give it something. This is one of those things where mad that all of those flamboyant Elton John outfits were not.
I know, what the hell?
Like, when
those were
like I want to sit in
next
rehab in that
level.
giant red
those
thing.
were just
like
hella.
Yeah, Little Women, because it's to me it seems like it's obvious sort of thing. I guess it's that movie's kind of made for like the costumes were great. So yeah.
I am the lone one
Yeah,
who
he
picked
is. He
JoJo.
picked JoJo.
I picked JoJo. I think JoJo's got it, and the reason why is
Even without knowing about the robots.
I know.
I know. Without knowing the robot is, I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. So okay,
I think it's in the trailer, to be fair.
It is,
probably
yeah.
is. Yeah. No, I think that the reason I picked JoJo was not only does it recreates all the Nazi uniforms really well, but it does it in an original style. So Taika isn't wearing Hitler's outfit. He's wearing the imagination of a child's version of Hitler's outfit. And and I think that the costuming has a lot of storytelling, and I think that is something the Academy might appreciate. Whereas in and don't get me wrong, Little Women's also does have a lot of storytelling in it as well. It's between the two. it's a Oscar pool, and I was like, I need something different to everyone else, so let's go Jojo Rabbit.
You waited for all of us to put our pools in. This is rigged.
Salty.
All right, let's go on to the next category where we're all in agreement. Best cinematography.
Cinematography. Roger Deakins. Let's go.
He's going to win his
Please.
second.
We didn't choose Joker.
Look, here's the thing. That could be the upset.
It could.
So the nominees
Shit,
are
I put it into the universe. I mean, is it mainly because like Roger Deakins won it last year? Won it
2
2
years
years
ago,
ago?
yeah.
Like
So-
after
Right, yeah.
years of like,
yeah.
how have you not won something yet?
Yeah.
The nominees are 1917, Joker, Irishman, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and The Lighthouse.
I love that The Lighthouse got nominated. I'm just happy with
Dude,
that.
I can't believe I called that one still.
Yeah, that was
incredible
impressive.
pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, 1917, I think we're all in agreement. We all think that it is going to win, so let's just talk about possible upsets. Yeah.
Because there is a history
the
of
Academy.
Deakins sweeping and then missing Oscar. It's happened a lot.
It has, and again, this could be an indicator of, it might not win Best Picture. If it does, like, again, we're reading way too much into the Best Picture argument, but if it doesn't win, like, the cinematography is so important to this film. Like, without this cinematography, the film doesn't work. It could be a thing that they go, or directors. Oh, that's the director, not the cinematographer. Like,
Yeah.
it could be.
I know what you mean.
Mendes gets all the credit instead of Deakins, or
Yeah.
the other way around. Like,
I know what you mean. Especially with something as bold and ambitious as like a
Yeah.
one-shot war movie.
Exactly.
I know what you mean, yeah.
So, again, I do believe 1917 is going to get it. I just need to talk about something other than the obvious winner in this one. So
Yeah, and I think from the start, Joker has always been, at least for me, I've always thought the three strongest parts of Joker were the score, the cinematography, and Joaquin Phoenix. So, like, if Joker wins cinematography, I don't think I'm going to be as shocked if it beats 1917, because it is a good looking movie, and obviously it has that very like rustic, like 1970s film aspect to it. So it looks like the period it should be in. I think I have my issues with the pacing of like the climactic late night show scene, but the way it's actually filmed, like the cinematography, is actually quite good. So yeah, that would be the second one for me.
yeah.
I mean, director and cinematographer has been the combo for more than half the movies this decade, like Roma, Life of Pi, Birdman, Gravity. So I say this is 1917's.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. All right, let's move on to. We are now into the majors. So, best original screenplay. This could be very interesting. We have Parasite, Knives Out, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Marriage Story, and 1917.
I have no idea what I picked for this one, to be completely honest with you. I think I picked Parasite.
You did.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say something else from your shirt.
No, because I'm not a complete moron. As much as I love Ryan Johnson, I'm not that dense to do that. Look, I think that he absolutely deserves it for Knives Out, but we're living in the real world where that's not going to happen. So I picked Parasite because I think, like you guys have been talking about, it really has a lot of the momentum behind it. I think the writing is a big part of why this movie works the way that it does. And I would love for it to go to Parasite. I mean, part of me is dying inside because Marriage Story is not going to get any of the love it deserves, especially with how it was written.
I know.
So, like, my heart wants me to say Marriage Story, but there's literally nothing to back up that would ever happen. Like, if Parasite doesn't get it, I think Once Upon a Time is going to get it, which makes no freaking sense to me, but apparently I'm living in a world different to everybody else. So
Fantasyland there, Taylor.
apparently,
Jeez.
so I'm going with Parasite, I guess.
What did I pick? By the way, I just don't want to get this wrong.
You picked Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, so I think.
Yeah.
No, I know what I picked, Jacob. Thank you. No, I remember. This is the one that I came back to when I was looking at the poll that we were filling in. I came back to original screenplay the most, and I was picking between Parasite and Once Upon a Time. I think Tarantino winning won the Writers Guild Award, correct?
No, he didn't.
No, he wasn't eligible.
He's not eligible.
because
for
he's
the
not
Which
a-
one did he win recently?
Globe.
He won the Globe, but he won something else.
Critics' Choice.
Critics' Choice. part of me is like, is this the award apart from what Best Supporting Actor that Once Upon a Time gets? It'll definitely come up in another conversation later for me, but I just think it's one of those screenplays that it's a Hollywood story, it's a love letter to Hollywood, and it's sort of that one that all the critics loved this movie. Like, I think that's something that we forget, is that just because audiences didn't really respond to it in a way that they responded to, say, like Django or Inglourious Bastards, this is the one that Hollywood was like, this could be Tarantino's best script. And that's sort of why I picked it. Parasite definitely is like that second for me. It is a brilliant screenplay, but I think if there's going to be an upset this year, it could be Hollywood.
See, this is where I kind of disagree with you. While critics love this film, I don't think members of the Academy are going to, because it's Tarantino.
Okay.
Most actors don't have the greatest experience with Tarantino.
Okay.
And the Academy is made up mostly of actors.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the controversy that came out this year could affect this film, and I don't think it's going to award it to him for this film. And I do think the fact that Bong is very much liked amongst actors, and there's the feel good side of this story, the little film that could.
Yeah.
I think that is why Parasite is going to win this award. And I think Parasite's going to walk away with quite a few Oscars. And I think this is one of them that it walks away with.
Nice.
Well, I was so surprised at BAFTA when Tarantino lost to Parasite, because he's won 2 BAFTAs in the past for Pulp and Django. And Parasite also had a great last weekend, winning WGA and BAFTA. I'm aware that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was not eligible for the WGA. But yeah, I know it's not out of the possibility, but I have trouble seeing Tarantino winning his 3rd original screenplay Oscar. It has happened. Woody Allen did it. Are you going to cut that out too? But I do think, and I also looked up the other day, I think it was 11 foreign films have won this category. The last one was 2002 for Pedro. But I am picking, Parasite.
Okay.
Parasite. I mean, and it's a shame that Marriage Story is probably going to walk away with nothing.
Yeah.
Because it seems like
Other than one.
Yeah. That's right. I completely forgot about that one. But cause watching that movie, just like, this is such a masterclass in everything, and the fact that he wrote, none of it was like, you're not allowed to go off script. You're just watching it going, God, you wrote everything. It's so well done. Like, it's such a shame that this is one of those things where you go, my heart and my head is both Parasite, but then the other part of my heart is like Marriage Story.
I'm kind of shocked about Marriage Story
because
this
it
year.
seemed in the early days everyone was like, Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson have got this.
And even walking out of the movie, I went, oh, Marriage Story's got this. I genuinely believe Marriage Story could win all 5. Like, I went, this could be the first film since Silence to win the big 5.
Yeah.
And it might not even walk away with. It's not going to walk away with it. It could only win 1 Oscar. It's just...
It's crazy how quickly this just flipped. Yeah.
But
I think the part of that is just how genuinely shocked we were that Parasite did what it did. Like, that's the biggest upset. It's not even an upset, but
I don't think anybody was expecting Joker to be an 11-time Academy Award.
No, not at all. No.
No, it's everyone who's like, oh, we're putting women in superhero films. We can't have this. We've got to nominate the gritty
We must
male
have balance
film for
in the
fucking-
universe.
Can't
and they're
do
all
this.
sitting there jerking themselves off.
That's exactly what happened. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate that.
let's move on to adapted screenplay.
We're never going to do one of these where I don't just insult the people who like Joker, just so everyone's aware. Every episode, that's going to happen.
It's a lot of fun.
Every single time.
And now it should just be like, oh, Joker, go see Birds of Prey.
Okay, now you can move on.
No, just a reminder. We're going to see Joker 11 clips from Joker on tomorrow.
I'll take a shot every single time.
Well, to be fair, for the littler categories, it'll just be like a single.
Yeah.
We only really have to put up with one or two acting.
And every time they show a clip, Joaquin will be.
Yeah, probably. All right,
I'll
let's
be
move
like
on.
doing one of these.
All right, adapted screenplay. We have Jojo Rabbit, The Irishman, Little Women, Two Popes, and Joker. This has actually turned into a very interesting two-horse race.
I'm pretty sure I picked Little Women.
You
But,
did.
I would like to see Little Women win, but I also would not be upset if Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah, to me, it's a
So-
two-horse race between Jojo and Little Women.
I think
that's
I
the
chose
race.
JoJo.
You did.
Thank you.
What did I pick?
You picked Jojo.
Yeah. Irishman's my heart pick, but JoJo is the one I think is the win.
Can I explain why this race is so hard?
Yeah.
Because Jojo and Little Women both nominated for 6 Oscars. Neither writer got up for director. And they're splitting the awards that have successfully predicted this race. You know, Little Women, USC Scripter, and Critics' Choice. Jojo, last weekend, BAFTA, and WGA. And I'm going with Jojo because unlike Little Women, Jojo got that Directors Guild nom. It got nominated for Best Film at the Globes, and it got in at SAG, unlike Little Women. And I just get this feeling there's broader support for Jojo than there is for Little Women.
My reasoning for why I went Jojo is I also think that while it is an adapted screenplay, there will be that it's an original film. And I in terms of I know it's an adapted screenplay, but that's because it's based on a book that but it feels like an original film.
Yeah.
I remember being quite shocked when I saw that it was adapted. I was like, this feels very like Taika, like
yeah.
he would create.
But I think the book is more based about the relationship between the boy and the girl. I think a lot of liberties were taken with with how Taika told the story, which is, I mean, it's still the definition of an adapted screenplay.
No, exactly.
But
that's where I think also that could play an effect in this race. I think it could have that. You know, Little Women is adapted for the 7th time. Not a bad, that's nothing against Little Women. I'm just saying that members of the Academy could have that in their brains as, oh, well, you know, I've seen this movie before. Whereas in JoJo, there's no movie out there that is like JoJo, and that is as successful as JoJo.
And, you know, JoJo stays on a linear timeline, whereas Little Women expects you to go from the past to the present, and, like, I don't know how you're supposed to handle that.
I feel like I'm seeing a lot more about Jojo Rabbit, like, social media wise.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's... Because, I mean, everyone's now, like, gotten upset how Taika was like, I didn't research Adolf Hitler, and everyone was like, how could you not? And I was like, because he has no reason to.
He's playing an imaginary version.
So I was like, why the hell
he's
would
playing
he
a
need
boy's
to?
projection
But
of
little
a
things like that are like,
Hitler.
it's keeping the movie
Yeah.
in people's...
Yeah.
But that's again where I look into it and I go, also they nominated JoJo for Best Picture. There's so I've always gone like, this type of film, the directing and the acting wasn't what got it over the edge. It's the writing. The writing was the biggest thing that got this movie over the edge. Whereas with Little Women, the acting is incredible. The directing's incredible. Like, there's the things like, and don't get me, so is JoJo. Like, JoJo has incredible, but the writing's the big standout for that film. Little Women, I feel the acting and the directing are the big standouts, and that's what could tip it over the scales. I would, again, if either of them win, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm genuinely happy if either of them win, because we will be able to say Academy Award winner Greta Gerwig, Academy Award winner Taika Waititi. Like, that's just amazing.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's just like, yes.
Yeah. We originally thought there was a world where Noah Baumbach and Greta Gerwig were going to
Could win. They could have
Yeah.
gotten both.
Yeah.
So
And just one quick thing. I did think JoJo was going to be too silly for the Academy. Like, they've never awarded Wes Anderson, but I am seeing a lot of support for JoJo's screenplay.
I think that JoJo manages to do something that Wes Anderson's not. Like, he has taken this very silly approach to an extremely serious topic, but still grounded in something incredibly serious. The Shoes are the best example of that.
Yeah.
That is the scene. Like, that scene isn't in a Wes Anderson film.
No.
Like, whereas it is in this film, and that's what grounds it in this reality of, oh, okay, hang on.
Yeah.
That's what elevates this film. At least that's for me, and yeah. All right, let's move on to supporting actor. We are down to the last 6.
Here we go.
The big 6, really. All right. Supporting actor, we have Brad Pitt, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, Tom Hanks, and Anthony Hopkins.
Did we all pick the same one?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
all
we
did.
all picked
Yeah.
Brad Pitt.
The guy who gets high, takes his shirt off, doesn't get along with his wife. Yeah. It's
Yeah, to me, it's Brad Pitt. Like,
Yeah.
Really reaching there, aren't you, Brad? You're really reaching there for a character that night. I love it.
no,
He's the best part of that damn movie. I don't care what anyone
sure.
says.
It's his movie. He's the best part. Like, I think he stands out. I remember walking out going, I'm pissed off that Brad Pitt's not going to get an Oscar for this movie because he deserves it. Like,
Yeah,
I
look
really,
what happens,
I really didn't think the Academy would either remember it or nominate him because I thought they'd go Leo. Like, I really thought all the talk would go to Leo because he had the 2 scenes in the film. But Pitt's incredible in this film.
And I think Pitt's, as well as his performance, him on the award campaign has been
Yes.
so amazing.
Yeah.
He's like, I just feel
Brilliant.
like just give him the award just so we can hear his speech.
Yeah,
like
legit.
he like his likability as
Yeah.
a person, I think is also really moving him
Yeah.
forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's been doing a lot of career discussions, like talking about his whole achievements and everything. And it's like, yeah, Brad Pitt's great. Let's give him an Oscar.
Like, I think that's it too. Like, it's like you've been working for
And
30 years now. Like, it's sort of like, and we forget, like, he does have Oscars for his
he's got his
producing
best
work.
he's
Yeah.
got a
Yeah.
Best Picture Oscar.
But it's also like, yeah, but let's
Let's
Yeah.
reward what we know.
Yeah, like
for,
I mean, and I think you brought this up earlier, which I think is a very good topic. Like, all 4 of the other guys have won an Oscar, and that's that. I think it's different to we say they don't give career awards anymore, which they don't. However, when like last year, Glenn Close, if Olivia Colman had won one before, she might have gotten it. That could have been the thing over the edge, but. Because Glenn Close, that whole category, everyone had really never won one. Whereas in this year, you've got 4 people who have never won one. 4 people who have all won one who has never won it. And everyone's talking about the guy who's never won it.
He's the kind of old school, good-looking movie star who's had to wait his turn.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting, and I'm
like heart pick. Would you kind of be like Tom Hanks?
my heart pick would be Joe. Would be Pesci.
Pesci.
I think Pesci is
I
absolutely
agree.
incredible.
That's my heart pick because it's such a different performance from what we've seen, Joe.
Yeah,
I'm more
but
Pacino.
actually no. Realistically, if I think about it, actually, heart pick's probably Brad. I think just
No,
he's,
I'm like head and heart, but like if it was gonna go any other way,
any other way,
I'd
it would
want
be
it.
Pesci.
I'd want
Pesci.
it to be Tom Hanks.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
Yeah, probably me too. And if not Tom Hanks, I would rather give it to Pacino. But everyone disagrees with me on that. So
Yeah, Richard wants
agree.
Pacino.
Pacino,
But, like-
Pacino. The other question is, will Pesci turn up?
Yeah.
I think he will. I mean,
Yeah, we'll see him.
if he wins, will he? Give more than a 2-word speech?
Thank you.
That's my privilege. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to supporting actress: Laura Dern, Florence Pugh, Margot Robbie, Scarlett Johansson, and Kathy Bates.
all right, are we ready for this? Because I sure as hell didn't pick Laura Dern.
You didn't.
Because I'm a moron.
So we've all got Laura Dern.
Yes.
Yes.
So let's just give you the floor to explain why you didn't pick
You have Laura Dern?
I chose Laura Dern. I'm not fucking happy about it.
In my little act of rebellion, I have decided to choose Scarlett Johansson. Because if they're not going to give it to her for lead, I have a feeling maybe it could be where some of them look at it and go, oh, I really liked Marriage Story, but like, I can't give it, like, we have to give it to Renee. So, like, maybe, like, I basically just did the thing where I was like, Laura Dern's probably going to win. I don't think she's the most deserving, but with the Academy mindset, maybe they'll give it to Scarlett because they can't give it to her for Marriage Story.
And I would be perfectly happy if that's the trajectory. The other great thing would be like, we were wrong, Jennifer Lopez. Come on.
Laura Dern goes, look, I don't deserve this. Lopez, are you here or are you still dancing at the Super Bowl?
And then Lopez in like the best gown of the evening is just like, no, I'll take that shit.
Yeah, fucking oath.
That wouldn't be the first time that's ever happened.
What?
Not in the 90s, Ving Rhames won a Golden Globe and said to his fellow nominee, Jack Lemmon, come up here.
That's
You're,
right, he
you're
did
my
too.
hero, and I want you to have this.
That's right. I remember that.
But yeah, that's my bold. That's my
Okay.
first bold prediction.
I will say, it's not the be-all end-all if you're a double nominee and... Like, you could be the double nominee and still not win. It happens.
No, I know. Yeah,
Well,
it's,
Yeah.
It's great that it's like 2-time Academy Award nominee.
like not even,
Scarlett
but not
Johansson.
even that. She like where you look at the Marriage Story poster, it's everywhere. It's Academy Award, Academy Award, Academy Award, Golden Globe nominee for Scarlett because she hadn't won one. Now
Yeah.
she's a
Two-time
two-time.
Academy. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Look, I'm not saying I think because she's a double nominee, she's gonna win one.
No.
I'm just saying there's a possible mindset.
It's like the
Yeah.
it's one of those things where like if they don't give it to someone, it'll be a case of this makes sense as a way to make up for it because
Yeah.
at one stage Scarlett Johansson in lead seemed
a lot.
set.
Like
Yeah.
it
and
was.
then
Oh,
because Judy was kind of like
Yeah.
and then
people. Judy had that same thing of last year where everyone was going, oh, like she's really good in it, but the movie itself's not that great.
With
and-
Glenn Close, you mean?
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
like the same thing as last year. Well, yeah, she, the movie itself's not that great, but she's really good in it.
but then like Glenn Close had the whole thing was like Glenn Close has never won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This time it's like we've given Renee one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
again, they gave it to Renee for a role that you're like, you probably should have won for like Chicago.
Yeah,
or something.
this was the we messed up not giving you this for Chicago.
We'll
So,
give you two for Palm Mountain.
But that is my bold prediction
Yeah,
there.
very, very bold
because,
pick.
because like you said, thank you. Because like you said, if we all pick the same crap, like none of this matters anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like,
I
whatever.
think sorry.
No, you're right. And just the other part of it is just like I would love Florence Pugh.
Oh, me
Yeah.
too. I would
Like,
be so stoked.
you
Pew. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you're gonna win an Oscar in the future, Florence
Yeah,
Pugh.
she'll
at some
get
point,
there.
at
So
some point.
I think the Academy really loves an actress come back more than an actor come back.
True. Yeah. I mean, I'm very curious about what happens there, but yeah, I think Laura Dern, she's paid her dues. Like it's that type of award where she's paid her dues. She's
yeah, and I get that, but I feel like if anyone paid their dues, it was Glenn Close.
that is also true.
Yeah.
Like it's
100%.
yeah. I don't.
So I just
don't
don't
get-
like.
yeah.
It's one of those things where we've talked about this before, you and I, where it seems like they don't give career Oscars anymore, but then sometimes, like
They
with
do.
Brad Pitt, like they are probably going. Like it's this weird thing where.
Because you could see it last year when when Olivia Colman won, it was like genuine shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Like everyone
didn't.
was like, "This is Glenn Close's award."
Yeah.
Like we weren't mad that Olivia Colman won because that was a great performance.
Yeah.
And Olivia Colman is
Great.
just like, let's just give her stuff because when she talks, it's
Oh, dude.
fantastic.
Great speech, yeah.
But like it was like, oh, is Glenn like? Is
Well-
she gonna have another chance?
Well, nobody,
No?
everyone, was like, oh, there's no way that Gaga's gonna win this
Yeah.
award because Glenn Close is gonna win, and then it didn't go to either of them.
Yeah, which was
So,
yeah, but that was
I don't know.
it was interesting. All
Alright.
right, well, let's move on to I think the one. This is the next one where we have all agreement. We have all 100% on board. That's Best Actress. We have Renee Zellweger, Charlize Theron, Saoirse Ronan, Scarlett Johansson, and Cynthia Erivo. We've all picked Cynthia Erivo. No, I'm kidding. Everyone's got Renee winning for Judy.
I mean, I don't like it, but yeah.
I thought she was great in Judy. When I saw Judy, I was like, she will get nominated for an Oscar. I didn't think she was going to be the front runner. I would have put Scarlett. It's just Renee winning everything. It's like and it's a case of winning everything.
Like she has
like
not
not even
lost
like
any-
one along the way where it's gone to someone else. It's a case
Yeah.
of she swept it all. And the actress comeback thing, it was like a few years ago, she was not on like anybody's radar.
I mean, the fact that she had a new Bridget Jones movie, like
Yeah.
one of her biggest franchise
Yeah.
that did nothing,
and then like all of the surgery, like she just got people hammered into her, and it was a case of she gonna come back from this, and she's come back, and she's kind of she's like hasn't taken it to well, she obviously took it to heart, but she's come back and she's like super humble. So it's also her likability is a big thing as well.
Yeah.
Scarlett would be where I'd want it to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
I'd be between Scarlett or Charlize.
Yeah,
like,
Charlize
I think
as well.
Charlize is incredible in
But,
Bombshell, and no
you
one's
know,
talking about it.
But yeah, I think it's Renee's to lose, really.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I do agree. It is Renee's. I was predicting at BAFTAs something like a Saoirse Ronan upset, considering how many times they've nominated her. But yeah, I think it is Renee. She is genuinely my favorite lead actress performance of the year.
That's fair. To me, I still haven't actually seen Judy, so I can't really comment on it. So, but I mean, to me, Scarlett is so freaking good in Marriage Story. Like, just absolutely insane, and it sucks that she isn't going to win it, because she absolutely deserves to.
Especially after, like, Scarlett Johansson kind of, once she got in the Marvel universe, it was kind of like, that's where she was. The things she did outside of that were also a bit, like, you know, Ghost in the Shell. And,
Yeah.
like, Lucy. Like, it's all action stuff. So this was like, oh no.
Yeah.
She's like,
She can act.
She's a really good
Two in 1
actress.
year too.
Yeah.
With this and JoJo, it was like, yeah.
It'd be interesting. Nick, you're also you're
Yeah, I don't have much to add, really. That's
Okay.
everything
Fair
you
enough.
guys said, yeah.
All right, let's get on to Best Actor. We have Joaquin Phoenix, Adam Driver, Antonio Banderas, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Jonathan Pryce. Taylor, I'm going to let you start.
On this day, we mourn the second loss for Adam Driver for an award that he should be taking home. So I picked Adam Driver. If you couldn't tell that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Because I think it's absolutely a crime to not give him an award for this movie. I don't think anyone else in this category could have played this character and played it as well as he did. I think that people are just kind of looking at Marriage Story and going, oh, actors remembered their script like all actors are meant to, when everyone started talking about not going off script. And then I wanted to burn everything to the ground. So yeah, I kind of did the same thing, I guess, with Adam Driver, in terms of, you know, the rest of all the awards have been swept up, and there could be a surprise somewhere. We've talked about it. There have been articles coming out anonymously of Academy voters kind of saying that Adam Driver is who they're picking because Joaquin has done this kind of role before and they want to give it to him. And I mean, like, it's just at this point, is it probably going to go to Joaquin? Probably. I mean, but, you know, I'm just not going to live in that world where I accept that until it happens. So, yeah, fuck everybody that has a problem with that.
So I would 1,000% agree with you. 1,000%. Adam deserves this award. 100%. He gave the better performance. He gave the performance of his career. He is incredible in Marriage Story, and he deserves this Oscar. And if Joaquin had never won an Oscar before, I think Adam gets it.
You mean if he had one?
If Joaquin had won an Oscar before, Adam gets it. But I think that's going to be the tipping point.
I'm kind of hoping that a freaking Glenn Close thing happens again, and they're like, actually, just kidding.
Well,
like,
hey, I mean, it could, and there could be the comic book backlash.
and I think my other problem with it, well, hopefully, praise up. But my other problem with it is pretty much every Critics Award that's happened that hasn't been televised. So like the BAFTAs and the Critics' Choice and the SAGs and every award around the country in the US that has not been televised, Adam has won pretty much all of them. But then when it comes to the televised events, he doesn't win any of them, which to my brain makes literally no sense. Like, I don't get how that happens. Yeah. And I'm a little bit like, I just don't understand.
Yeah, I've picked Joaquin, but that is my head pick over my heart. Like, I don't want him to win it because I think you mentioned it. We've seen him do this role before. This isn't a brand new role for him. It was, no, we made the Joker into a Joaquin Phoenix role that he's done before. And also a role that we've seen plenty of times before. Whereas in Adam's done this role, like we've never seen Adam give that range. Like he's never been that actor. He's always done very different type of roles. And I think, and that's why I really want Adam to win. But I went with Joaquin because I just think the Academy are going to do it. And this is the one that I 1000% hope I'm wrong.
Well, I'd like to say, you guys are just so controversial. How dare you? How dare you not like Joaquin Phoenix?
Dude, I live
in the Joker.
I live to be an SJW propagandist.
I just don't think you understand the complexities.
Does the J stand for Joker?
I just don't think you understand the complexities of the character and how nuanced Joaquin Phoenix is in the role, and how much of a struggle it is to be an angry white man. Okay? And for that fact,
I can tell you I don't relate to that
the
struggle
fact
at all.
that you have an opinion at all that differs to mine is ridiculous. And how fucking dare you be online giving that opinion? And that's my impersonation of some of your comment section and
I mean, they're coming.
Twitter.
They're coming.
Can I just say, I love...
Yeah, you had everybody on your side.
Yeah.
It was just like, fuck's sake, Nick.
Everyone was like, oh, I like this guy. This is why I watched the show.
So I picked Joaquin Phoenix. For Jack.
Let's just call that guy Sean.
Yeah. No, he has a name. So yeah, I'm the same as Jacob. Joaquin is my head pick, and I think he's deserved because I think what he did with the role is pretty good. He is one of the strengths of the movie. But I would love Adam Driver to win because he's brilliant in Marriage Story. I don't have much to add to either what you two have said. But yeah, I think Joaquin will win. I'm not going to be upset if Joaquin wins. But if Adam Driver comes out and takes this award, it's not an upset because he deserves it. Absolutely.
I think Joaquin should just like hand him the award if he's like, guys, I've spent all my acceptance speeches telling you I don't want this award. So fucking Adam Driver, come take this, please.
Well, like you three, my heart goes to Adam Driver. Now, look, I love Joaquin. He is one of my favorite actors. I think he should have won for The Master. I would have loved if he had won for Walk the Line. I think Joker is a good movie. I just feel like people who praise it for bringing up mental issues like it's never been done before, I say it has been done before. It's just you just went to see this one because it's Joker.
Oh,
and
that was good. Holy fuck, that was good.
Bring in the facts.
I'm sorry. It's just that I just feel like
Don't fucking apologize. That's great.
And
It is like, I am not associated with these people. Please don't murder me.
I just feel there have been a lot of better movies that have dealt with these themes of mental illness, like 1 Hour Photo. And look, Phoenix, he does the Tourette's tick, the laugh, brilliant. I just feel like there has to be more to acting than just losing weight and putting makeup on. And he does a great job. I just think Adam Driver's scene in Marriage Story when he loses it at Scarlett, I was on the edge of my seat.
But and everyone jumps to that scene, and that is the climax scene of the movie.
That's the Oscar reel
but that,
scene.
Yeah, but that's not the powerful scene in that movie. The powerful scene. Oh yes,
Hell
the
yeah.
him singing is heartbreaking.
That is a hard scene to watch.
Like it is heartbreaking, but that's the scene to me that is heartbreaking. That is the Oscar scene is when he's reading the letter at the end of the film. That's what broke me. The fight is an impressive use of writing and very talented between the two of them. And the problem that everyone people grabbed that scene out of context.
Yeah.
So it's shared out of context, but
that scene's not good without the build up.
No, it's
either.
not.
And that comes through a lot of the acting that we get before the.
Whereas
But I mean, to be fair, if you're trying to watch any movies out of context with emotional climaxes like that, you're gonna watch it and be like, I don't get what's going
what's
on.
happening?
Oh, maybe because you didn't like watch
Watch the
the whole
movie.
movie where the scene belongs. That's weird.
Well, I'll just conclude. Look, if Joaquin wins, I'll be glad to see Joaquin with an Oscar. He's one of my favorite actors. I just thought Adam had the superior performance, but hey, I won't be mad. I love Joaquin.
See,
I'll be happy if he wins.
This, to me, I'm actually I agree with you there. Like, I would love to see the name Academy Award winner Joaquin Phoenix. I just don't like that it's Academy Award winner Joaquin Phoenix for Joker. It's kind of the Leo problem. Great, you won an Oscar finally. Why did it have to be for the fucking Revenant? Like when
where the Academy gives it to the fucking weirdest roles.
yeah,
that don't
and
make
that's
sense
and
for
that's
them to win.
to me is But okay, you may now talk about
I
best
mean,
actor.
well, I chose Jonathan Price.
The other JP.
You're a huge fan of the Catholic Church, right?
Like, what the Catholic Church has done for me. I became a man. I'm in the same. Like, Joaquin Phoenix should have been nominated and should have won for You Were Never Really Here.
I agree with that.
Yes.
So it's the case of he's been nominated that many times, so we'll give it to him for this. Absolutely, Adam Driver is the person that it should be going to. As we've all said, if there's an upset and they go, the Academy Award goes to Adam Driver, I will be like, I don't care that I might lose the pool because fucking great Adam Driver did. Because I recommended Marriage Story to someone, and she texted me and was like, this movie is incredible. She's like, it's like watching a play. And I was like, that is perfect because it really is. There's Laura Dern and Ray Liotta and everything, but I mean, it's the two of them.
It's
like
a two-hander.
Yeah.
Like,
and I don't think we're really like, I mean, we are, but like people aren't really giving enough credit to like just how much of a performance that movie is. Like,
people are pulling it and going, oh, theater actors do this all the time.
And it's like,
well, yeah, they do. And Adam Driver is a Tony nominee for Burn This. So
it's
he
like,
knows this more than anybody.
And it's like, so that only proves how great he is because theater is fucking hard. You don't get a second go.
Yeah.
Like this is, and they were like, because they shot so much of Marriage Story just on them, it was a case of if they screwed up, they went all the way back to the beginning and then did all that again. I was like, it was like, there are a lot of people that if they screw up a scene, it's like they don't have to remember everything. They get to be like, we're editing the shit out of this. Marriage Story.
Let's just take it from that last line.
Marriage Story is like, no, from beginning to end. Yeah. Like it's masterclass acting, and I hate that he's potentially not going to win for something of this caliber. I mean, he's got an Oscar in his future.
he does.
I absolutely
and like,
believe that.
it's gonna be sad if it's a case of he gets nominated so many times and it's like, oh, we'll just give Adam Driver the next one because he should have gotten
That's
it.
what I was about to say. That I think that's the vibe that I just got from what you're saying there. Is that how many more great performances do Joaquin have?
I mean, how many times have we said that about Amy? Like, Amy's on 6 nominations. And
I know.
like she's
Amy
one
Adams, Michelle Williams.
She's one short of Glenn Close's record. Like, she is one short of Glenn Close of beating Glenn Close of having
Academy, Amy Adams for A Woman in the Window. Who cares if it's shit? Just give it one.
Fuck it.
Maybe she'll win for Enchanted too.
Guys, can we just talk about Antonio Banderas though?
Yes,
please,
incredible in that film.
Because
Pain and Glory was in my top 10 of the
Yeah,
year.
me too.
It was a 5-star film from me. He was so just. That movie was so beautiful and so heartbreaking. And it was like he'd unfortunately dropped off and he'd starred in a lot of shit. So it was so great to see him back in like his natural tongue, like working with Pedro Almodovar. Like it was, and at one stage it was a case of Tony Banderas this could be the Oscar movie because he won in Cannes. And it was like so, and I was like, I would love that.
Yeah.
I think the thing that's made me the most upset about this season is they haven't spread the love around at all for Best Actor. So if Joaquin Phoenix was given the Oscar, but the rest of the awards had spread the love around, like one of them had won the BAFTA and one of them won the SAG and one of them won this, then I wouldn't be as upset going into this, thinking that Joaquin just swept in a year where we got a career best from Adam Driver, a career best, in my opinion, from Antonio Banderas, like an insane performance from Taron Egerton,
and you got like Jonathan Price, like another
Right,
actor who's
right.
like worked his way
Yeah,
up
like
to
that's a
stuff,
career.
you know?
Like, you know, there was
That's
conversations of going, oh, could Jonathan Price get his career? Like his character, like that character actor getting the Oscar.
Yeah.
Like he's paid his dues. Like this is a year where, unfortunately, everyone who's been nominated are very deserving this year, and it's like it can
except for
only go-
Leo. Leo can go
Well,
away.
okay, Leo's won the
Leo
like.
it was like a given. I
Yeah,
guess.
it
I think
was-
that was
You
just
just kind of thought,
it was a
you
good
knew-
performance.
you knew it was
and
going
was,
to
and it
happen.
was, yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Can you believe that we may have, well, we're probably going to have 2 Oscar-winning Jokers?
Yeah.
Probably the first
Yeah.
time since Brando and De Niro played Vito
That's the only-
Corleone.
it would be the
I
only time
mean,
that that's happened, yeah.
the movie, you can call the movie Joker in bold capital letters, but to me, this is not a Joker
It should have just
movie.
been called
Like,
Arthur or
like it's
Fleck.
Yeah,
not.
like
Arthur with Russell Brand.
like,
Or
Fleck. Like,
or
it-
something
it-
to
yeah,
be
like-
because this has nothing to do with.
But-
But it ain't gonna make that
Exactly.
$1 billion, baby.
which is fine, but to me, if he wins, it'll never be him winning for the Joker.
Yeah.
Like,
I was
sorry,
like,
but
Heath Ledger won for
The
Joker.
Joker.
like
Yeah.
this
You
is
know?
you trying to turn a mental patient
Yeah.
into the Joker, because if you give it that name, a shitty movie, sorry, a great movie, is going to make $1 billion
Well, and
because
that's it. It was like there was no way this Joker was going to make that much bank off just being called Fleck or being called anything else.
Also, just no one thought it was gonna make that much bank.
Well,
like,
I mean,
that's the crazy
no one
part.
did
yeah.
to begin with, but like
But yeah,
it
once
was never going
yeah.
to be as big, and we'd probably be a lot less angry
Yeah.
about Joaquin Phoenix winning if it was just about
if it was
someone with
yeah,
a mental illness, and they. I mean,
I don't
the
even think
movie
it's
would probably
nominated,
have to
but-
be.
Like, no one's getting angry at no one for not defending I Am Sam. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same sort of thing. Like, as soon as we start going against the Joker, it's like, oh, what do you have against movies about mental health and shit like that? And I, at the risk of pissing off your audience base again, because I'm good at that,
let's do it, baby.
Joker is Taxi Driver for simpletons.
yeah.
It really is. Like,
While we're on that, Birds of Prey should win everything.
I'm sorry that I just didn't enjoy that movie, but I'm glad you did.
I mean,
Charlie's Angels was like Charlie's Dudes. You'd all love it. So.
Don't call
With that-
me dude.
Birds of Prey should have been Roosters of Prey.
Done by like Bieber and Drake and John Mayer.
And with that,
God.
let's move
I
on.
want to hear this duo rap attempt
Doing an
between
Oscars podcast.
between Bieber and Drake and John Mayer.
Singing about Charlie's dudes.
Can we write this song?
Fucking great
Let's
with that
move
bit.
on to Best Director. I'm trying to keep a show running. Okay, we have Bong Joon-ho, Sam Mendes, Quentin Tarantino, Martin Scorsese, and Todd Phillips.
I actually don't remember who I picked. If you
Uh,
don't mind.
Everyone but 2 people picked Sam. to
Okay,
win.
oh, that's definitely
Yeah.
what I picked then, yeah.
Sam.
So,
Samage.
I've got Bong.
Yeah, Jacob and I have Bong.
I would love it.
I got a gut feel that this is going to be the surprise one. That
I would
this is
love
that.
that,
This
to be
is
honest.
But like surprised and not like Todd Phillips. You'd be like, fuck.
I'd be like, y'all are literally just a bunch of clowns tonight if that's what
I'm not
happens.
gonna
Like,
lie.
I can't.
Okay, so the anarchist in me is going, I really want to see that happen just because the internet. Okay, part of me would like
Okay,
to see it
the
happen.
internet would not be worth going on ever again if that
The other
happened.
part of me would be like, I don't want to see that happen because this is $1,000 piece of equipment and,
And
you would
you
break
know what
it.
I would do. Like, it would be off of that balcony. Like, oh yeah, you're right. Like $1,000 TV, like gone.
It was just,
Done.
I'd be like,
Oh, we had to run.
yeah. That being said, no. The reason I've got Bong, I think the Academy is going to. It's been too easy. This entire campaign, this entire season has just been the same 4 actors, the same director, and the same film.
Yeah.
and I just think there's gonna be a change. There is gonna be a surprise in
I
there.
would love Bong Joon-ho to win.
Yes.
And he was the other one I was tossing up against.
Yeah.
But I sort of just went with like...
It's the heart and head.
I think
Whatever it
look.
is.
I think Mendes most likely has it, and I would love if Mendes gets it. I think Mendes deserves it
'Cause
more.
he's never won before.
He has. He won.
has.
He won for
Oh,
American
American
Beauty.
Beauty.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think he would deserve it because I think he does. The 1917 is a masterclass in directing, but so is Parasite. And then look, and that's coming from me.
And you don't even like
the guy.
Parasite.
The guy who thinks Parasite is a good movie.
Yeah.
Like I think it is a well-made, very good film, just not a great film.
No.
I'm giving it 2 fucking Oscars. Whereas, and that's the thing. Like, I think that he could just get director. I think that he would absolutely deserve it because the directing in that film is incredible. I'm saying that, like, as someone who didn't love the film, the directing in that film is incredible, and he would absolutely deserve it. And I just think there is going to be a surprise, and this is the category that could have the surprise.
Well, and it's not like, some of the guilds and stuff haven't been giving him awards for this, so it's not completely out of the realm of possibility.
Well, being the Oscar buff myself, Bong Joon-ho, he tied with Critic Choice with Sam Mendes. If Bong were to win the Oscar, the closest example I can think of is Steven Soderbergh when he won for Traffic, because that season it was Ang Lee for Crouching Tiger winning everything until Soderbergh won Critics' Choice Best Director. Then he won the Oscar. So that's the closest I can think of.
It will be very, very interesting. Mendes deserves it. Like, don't get me wrong. I think he will. And I do think if Mendes' name gets called, okay, that was the predicted pick.
I mean, I think this goes to Bong unless what I brought up earlier happens, then all of this goes out the window. If Plain and Glory gets international feature, I think Mendes gets director because Bong is getting picture. Like, all this to me goes out the window if that other thing, goes one of 2 ways to me.
Yeah.
One of them gets picture, one of them gets director. And the only way he can get picture and not director is if he doesn't get picture for the other one.
Yeah, I don't see it being a picture and director same people.
I don't either.
I think that there is too much love for other films. There isn't that. Oh, we love this film. We love this is the clear front runner. This year has been famous for the fact that there hasn't been a clear front runner. Like, up until about 3 weeks ago, there wasn't a clear front runner for what was winning Best Picture. Like, there was Parasite was getting there, 1917 was maybe, Joker was in the conversation.
Once Upon a Time.
Once Upon a Time was a favorite at one point. Irishman was a favorite. People were talking JoJo could possibly sneak in.
The TIFF Award.
There this year, especially more than others, has been guarded as this, like, oh, okay, anything could win. And I think director is a category where they're not going to I just don't think the Academy is ready to give a foreign film Best Picture. I just don't. No,
are we doing picture now?
No, sorry.
No.
I'm still just justifying why I'm giving director to someone else. I don't think that they're ready to give Parasite picture because it's a foreign language film. If they were going to do it, it would have been last year.
Yeah.
Like Roma would have gotten it just because look at the crap they got for Green Book. Like, in all seriousness,
That's a thing that happens.
Yeah.
We've all successfully blocked that out of our minds.
I feel bad. I feel bad. I'm the only person on this channel wearing green.
Dude,
I think I liked Green Book. Like, I thought Green Book was a good movie.
feel good.
It's
I liked
just
it.
Yeah.
And Mahershala Ali is just like the gentleman of cinema.
and I thought he was good. Green Book's
but once
enough.
again, Green Book is a good film.
Yeah.
It's not a Best Picture
No.
Yeah.
film.
And that was the thing. But anyway, that was last year.
Anyway, before the comment section explodes again, because
I like
love
Green
it.
Book.
Yeah, but I think Bong is going to get this because
they're not quite
they're not
quite
ready
there
to give
yet.
it to him to Best Picture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is Mendes getting it?
Bro, do you watch 1917?
Like, dude, open your eyes, man.
Yeah, man.
Because he's straight and white.
Did he dump Kate Winslet? Oh, sorry.
I
This is your
mean,
third strike.
I mean, you're the honorary American Sam Mendes.
I think
That's my favorite. Oh,
I think he'll win it. I think it's more the spectacle. It's like people are so shocked that you could pull off a one-shot war film and that he did it and quite successfully while also managing. I know that some people are sort of like, yeah, the character development's like Dunker or something. I was like, no, I was pretty attached to the characters like from early on. Like I had that attachment to them. The production design's fantastic. Like they created all of that in fields, like all of it was exteriors. Nothing was shot really on green screen. Like even the waterfall jump, which was CGI, was shot outdoors. So for them to do that, but it's what we were talking about earlier. It's that collaboration effort. Like how much of it is Deakins, how much of it is Mendes, and who is that going to go to? I would love them both to win, but what you were saying earlier, and I kind of agree with, I don't see them both winning because they might go, well, this is more of a Deakins thing, or this is more of a Mendes thing. So
I kind of have this thing where I don't know if Mendes can win because and I don't know how widespread this actually is inside the Academy, but there is this thing going around that, it's just a gimmick of a war film. The fact that it's a one-shot video game, fucking whatever criticism that is. But there are people who look at it and go, it's boring. It's just a gimmick. Like, it doesn't actually do anything for the film. And if people blame Mendes for that because he's the director.
True.
But once again, I don't know how much of that actually is coming from people in the Academy, or if it's just people who don't really understand movies. But which there could be some crossover there, to be honest with you.
I don't understand the film, but this movie's the best thing ever made.
I'll have you know, The Joker is the most important film ever made.
Oh, I'm
kind of just going in. Hey, I'll say it again like every other fucking podcast. It was in my honorable mentions. I really liked the movie. But fuck me, if people are going to put that as one of the best movies of the decade. Oh, broaden your horizons, son. Jesus Christ.
I did not expect...
Nick's Flicks Fix on Instagram. Mate, I don't just sell my body, I sell my soul to it.
Oh, man. All right. Why? So why Mendes?
Well, of course...
That's fair. No, that is fair.
You cannot deny the technical masterclass on display. And going back to what Taylor said about how some people may say it's just a video game, I think that hurts a film in Best Picture. But director, he's the one who's controlling everything. And originally, I was surprised that Mendes was sweeping because, yes, he won for his first film, American Beauty, but ever since then, he's never been nominated by name again, even though his other films have been, they've picked up a few awards in the past, like Perdition and the two Bond films. But, he... and also, there's also, I think, the fact that the story, which he co-wrote, is based on... stories by his grandfather, who is a World War One soldier. So there is that angle, and also he's just a likable guy. But the work is on the screen, and you can't deny it.
No, definitely. Anything to add?
I said he's straight and white, so there you go. And also offensive to offensive to video game as well.
They are an art form in their own right.
I mean, I went. This was a case of I went with my head.
Yeah.
Because I love the whole proud dad trajectory that Bong Joon-ho is going with, and it's the same kind of thing where 1917. Is it Deakins? Is it Mendes? And it could be one of those things. If it gets one, it might not get the other, and then if it doesn't get the other, something else is not going to get. So like and that would be kind of a great outcome if 1917 and Parasite don't get the same stuff. Like if Pain and Glory gets Best International Feature, give Bong Joon-ho Best Director, and give 1917 Best Film.
Yeah,
perfect.
That would be awesome.
But I kind of just went with my head because I'm like, Sam Mendes seems to be like Sam Mendes and Bong Joon-ho are the two. And I don't know. So I was like, I'm going to go with my head. So.
All right, let's move on to the big one.
Hell yeah.
All right, we have 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Parasite, Jojo Rabbit, The Irishman, Marriage Story, Little Women, Joker, and Ford v Ferrari.
So I picked 1917. However, part of me really wants the chaotic energy that would come with Ford v Ferrari taking nothing except for best editing and best picture. That is kind of what I'm hoping
Coming
for.
from last and becoming first at the end. Oh.
That's kind of the energy I want coming into this award show, to be honest with you.
Can I just say, if that happened, there will be several betting companies that instantly go under.
Oh shit, yeah.
And like one dude who's just
Fuck,
like,
I might chuck $10 on Ferrari tonight.
one
You
dude who's
are
just like,
welcome.
I put $5 on that. Yeah. Just went $11,000.
But okay, so I picked 1917. The part of me that's not quite that chaotic really kind of wants JoJo to come in and take it. But I do have 1917, and like I've explained, there is a possible way for it to go to Parasite.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd love Parasite to win. I was tossing up between 1917 and Parasite, and again, it was a case of 1917's just kind of swept. Like, Parasite's won all of the international features, mostly. So I thought, and like, it feels weird that like 3 months ago, 1917 wasn't in anybody's conversation, you know, and then it just came out and it was
3
Oh,
kind of
months
like,
ago. It was that this is the sight unseen
Yeah,
film. Like
yeah.
it was, this could come out and be everything, but we don't know because no one's seen it.
Yeah,
and suddenly
then
it's-
I think as soon as we saw it, we were like, well, that'll
We went,
surely
the
be-
world is
yeah.
not ready for this movie.
We were like,
Because
surely
we
this
saw
will be
it
in
so
the-
early.
Yeah. And like, surely this will be in the race, and now it's like,
Well, there was a lot of hype going into it because it had screened before we watched it, and we had seen people were going, "This is the Oscar movie you didn't know was going to be
Yeah.
the Oscar movie."
Yeah.
And we were like, "Oh, that's made us excited," because they say that about every movie. So we're like, "Okay, nuts." And then like we've all said, you watch it and you're like, "Fuck, dude!" Like,
but I think there are out of the nominations, like I would be happy with mostly anything winning. I'm not the biggest Irishman fan, and like that's never gonna happen.
yeah, I do not see it.
But like,
that
yeah,
hurts my
like
heart.
JoJo, Parasite, 1917, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Like I'd understand it if it did, just
Yeah.
because it's like the love letter to the industry. If Little Women came out and won, it'd be like, fuck yes. But yeah, this was a case of 1917 was the logical choice.
Yeah, I went with 1917 just because, again, it's one of my favorite films of the year. I think it absolutely deserves it. It is a technical marvel, and again, it's been winning everything. Like, it's amazing how much it's been winning. Like, I remember even the Globes, we were like, oh, this is not, like, it's not going to win the Globe. Like, we were all going, oh, Irishman or Once Upon a Time, or, you know, so, like,
And then Mendes and 1917.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, this
Fantastic.
just became a race, and then it won BAFTA, and then it was winning these awards, and it suddenly then became the front runner. Like, again, 2 weeks ago, it was, 1917's the front runner, and that wasn't the case a month ago. And I do think it's going to win. I'd love it if JoJo won. I'd love it if Marriage Story won.
I know, I would
Marriage Story is
cry.
the one that if they went Marriage Story, I'd be like, I did not see that coming.
I got hit by a truck, but I'm okay with it.
If there is a very real possibility I could see this being what the La La Land moment should have been, which is the Moonlight, and everyone goes, whoa, that was a shock, not La La Land, get on the stage. Actually, it was Moonlight. Like,
man.
like I can see that happening. I
Feel
can
the
see-
cringe already.
I can see a
That was
moment
so
where
bad.
everyone is expecting 1917 to get named, and suddenly it's not.
Yeah.
I just don't know what that "it's not" movie is, because I don't see it being Parasite. Like I explained, I don't think the Academy is ready to give it I don't think the Academy is ready to give it to a foreign film. I just don't. There are too many.
They're not as progressive as they like to think.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, JoJo could
I
be
mean, honestly, when you look at it, as progressive as they're willing to be as director, because out of the last 10 years, they've given it to, what, 5 or 6
well, all six. Basically, the three.
So we have Del Toro.
This decade.
5 times they've been Mexican directors. One for Cuarón.
Was that Gravity?
Yeah, that's Gravity.
So that's 2014.
So 2013.
2013, sorry.
2014.
It was Birdman.
But
Birdman.
Inarritu.
2015.
2015 is
Inarritu.
Inarritu again.
The Revenant.
16,
Six-
Giselle.
16 is Giselle. 17 is
Guillermo.
Guillermo,
Toro.
is Del Toro, and then last year is
Cuarón.
Cuarón again.
Yeah,
So
forever.
6.
Yeah.
6 or 10.
So my point before all of that just completely went to shit because we can't do math or names apparently, is that is basically as progressive as they're willing to go at this point.
Yes.
So which is once again, but goes back to my logic of I think Bong could get it.
And
Yeah.
I think again, if you go with like likability, everyone seems to love him.
Except for the people who can't read subtitles. They don't like him very much.
Yeah. But again, I do think 1917's got this.
Okay, well, I'm glad I'm going last because here's what I'm going to say. Now, I know that 1917 has the Oscar advantage with PGA, DGA, Globe, and BAFTA. But I do think 1917 still has some bumps along the way. One, it did not get an acting nomination, and no Best Picture there hasn't been a Best Picture without an acting nom since Slumdog Millionaire. There's also 1917 is not getting a lot of support to win Screenplay, arguably the best award tied to Best Picture. And I do look at Parasite as the film that could pull an upset like Spotlight. Spotlight, won WGA, won the SAG, and it beat The Revenant, which was the DGA, Globe, and BAFTA winner. And I understand. Are you okay?
It's like Zach Galifianakis in The Hangover. It's like...
And I understand Parasite winning would be unprecedented because no foreign film has ever won. Roma came so close to being the first last year. But Roma did not get nominated at SAG, and Parasite, with all the passion and all the guild support it has been getting, I just get this feeling that it is guaranteed for more than just Best International Film. It's in a strong position to win Best Screenplay, and if it does, I do feel like there is a path that it could pull off Best Picture. So, I'm going to be the moron here, but I'm going to say Parasite is winning Best Picture.
Wow.
All right. Look, I agree with your logic because I just thought about it then. You're right. No film has ever won. Actually, no, because 1917 did get a screenplay. It just didn't win it.
It did. And
It's
Parasite
just not going to win it.
didn't get acting noms, but that SAG win, first
That's-
foreign film to win the SAG ensemble.
See, here's the thing. So if Parasite doesn't win screenplay, then
It's 1917.
it's 1917's
All
award. Yeah,
once?
because that's never happened in history.
What?
No, it has. Yeah,
What hasn't happened?
where a film has has not been nominated for any acting awards, and hasn't won screenplay
Yeah.
and gone on to win Best Picture.
Yeah.
That's never happened.
Huh.
Anyway, you're
How
right.
deep
though.
down the rabbit hole
Oh,
can we
dude,
go?
but again, look. Before this decade, you had to be nominated for Best Director to even win picture, and we've had 2 of them this decade. So, I mean, the Oscar rules are now out the
That's
window.
why, like, half the time when we sit here trying to work through all these, like, this has never happened before, and this has to happen for this and this and this, and I'm just like, you guys realize the rule book was thrown out, like, 5 years ago, right? Like, you realize none of this, like,
Yeah,
actually
like-
applies anymore.
Yeah, it's
It's like the
interesting.
Matrix of Oscars. Like,
Yeah.
what's fucking real, to be fair?
I just feel like
It's all
1917,
fabricated.
no acting noms. It's not the favorite to get screenplay. It just tells me there are bumps along the way.
There are, and I agree that, look, this year there is no, like, they're going to win because of X, Y, and Z. Like, there is the chance for an upset. There is a chance that Parasite could come in and upset. There is a chance that, hell, even freaking Once Upon a Time could come in and upset and could be, like, they could have fallen in love with it because it's about Hollywood. And, we all go, oh my God, Once Upon a Time, upset everyone. No one knew that coming. Like, there is chance for upset. If it's fucking Joker, I'm going to be pissed. But I just think 1917 has it in the. I think it's got this award, and I do think it's going to win. And I do think that we're going to be sitting here going 1917, the best picture of 2019, and it absolutely deserved it. Everyone's all done.
I'm done. I'm
I
exhausted.
don't have anything left at this point.
My tank is empty.
I can't.
And people are saying Rich is an idiot.
Oh no, they're just angry that we hate the Joker. Apparently,
Yeah.
So.
Even though you love the Joker.
And even though I really like that movie, but
But they always get mad at you anyway.
fuck for having an opinion. Jesus Christ.
Well, guys, what do you think in the comments below is going to be the big surprise? Like we've given our predictions.
We've had some bold predictions
We've
out
had-
here.
yeah.
Anyway, are you guys ready for tomorrow?
Hell yeah.
Are we prepared for this mayhem to go down?
Oh, it's gonna be fucking chaos, and I can't wait.
Are we
yeah.
prepared for another hostless ceremony?
I actually liked it last
I
year,
really
so.
liked
Yeah.
Hostless. I
Me
think it's
too.
because it's not a 10-minute monologue that is kind of funny, and every 10 minutes they're coming out and doing another 5-minute monologue or doing some. The worst thing the Oscars did was when Jimmy Kimmel was hosting and he was like, "Oh, we're gonna bring in we're bringing the tour bus through the Oscars."
Oh, the
Or,
fucking
like,
jet ski giveaway. I was
Dude,
like, this is
no, that was
cancer,
my
dude.
favorite.
Like,
I
jet
love
ski
the
giveaway
jet
worked.
ski.
That
I
worked
hated
because, to me, what annoys me about the Oscars is when they try and do these little bits.
Because the jet ski thing didn't take time away from anything else.
No, like-
No, that's fair. That's
like
in fairness,
when
yeah.
when they deliver pizza to the audience, or when they bring tour groups through the
Like,
thing, or
I
like
think Alan's selfie will be the classic.
It's
but
him
even
doing
that,
his
like-
show.
But yeah,
It wasn't him doing
that
the
was like
Oscars.
that was 2 minutes. I can live with like a
Yes.
2-minute or a 30-second bit. It's the 10-minute bit of we're gonna go watch Wrinkle in Time for 10 minutes because Wrinkle in Time opens next week and it's gonna tank. And
How much do you think Disney paid for
they
that?
own ABC. They're,
Oh, well, there we
it
go.
was on.
Even
it was
better.
on ABC. It didn't
Even
cost them
better.
anything.
And Wrinkle in Time still tank.
But like that's it's that sort of stuff that drives me crazy. And when you don't have a host, you don't have to do it.
That's fair.
And they didn't do it last year, so
And they got some good presenters this year.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
people, I love that they got Shire and Zach from
Yeah.
Peanut Butter Falcon presenting. Like
But
that's
that's
incredible.
Oh my
So, but that's my
God,
thing.
that's
You
great.
you have what they did brilliantly last year. Tina Fey came out and opened the ceremony. That was how you open it. You open the ceremony, and then you move
Always
on.
let Tina Fey
Yeah.
open your set.
That's
It was like it was Tina Fey.
It was Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, and
Chris- Maya Rudolph.
yeah, Maya Rudolph.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
those three right there.
Do it
I
again
would-
this year.
but I was like,
Do it again.
If they want to waste 20 minutes, I'd let them.
Yeah, but
Because-
it's the opening. They're opening it and they're presenting an award. Like,
Yes.
it's okay, cool. You will most likely open the show with Elton John singing
I'm gonna love me again.
that one. Like that'll be
With
the
Taryn.
with Taryn. That'll most likely be the opening because last year it was Queen. This year it's going to be Elton. And then have Tina Fey, have the three of them walk out on stage, giving supporting actress or supporting actor and starting the ceremony.
And because like you got to think about this as well. Like anyone who's like, we need a host. It's like, remember when you were at your school awards and the worst part of the school awards was the principal talking for the first 10 minutes? That's what a shitty host of the Oscars is.
I liked the golden age of Oscars when it was like Billy Crystal or
Yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg. Like they actually, like how he would like insert himself into the films.
Yeah.
And he did like the big musical number. Like, cause like that sort of stuff really worked. Then when it went to
Late night
like
hosts.
Well,
the
the-
James Franco and Hathaway thing, that was a bit.
Well, the problem
They
you
tried to
the problem
appeal
you
to the
have now
youngsters.
is whoever agrees to host the Oscars, it's a lose-lose situation for them because it's not easy to do. And no matter what, if you do well, people are going to be like, oh yeah, like it was fine because, you did your job.
Yeah.
And if it's bad, then you also lose because
you
like,
can't. Yeah.
so
Yeah,
like
well-
who wants to do that job right now?
Well, yeah, it's become thankless. Hugh Jackman. He got criticized for being too Broadway boy. People criticize Seth MacFarlane for being too raunchy. People criticize Billy Crystal for being too soft. It's like, well, what do you want?
Yeah, and that to me is going hostless right now is I think the best option because you can get literally anyone to do
Yes,
and say,
agreed.
hey, can you present one award, take you 5 minutes, and that's all you have to do.
Yeah.
You only need a
enjoy
host.
the rest of the night.
Yeah.
You only need a host when you have situations like the Streaker or the Moonlight La La Land debacle.
But even then, the host didn't do anything. It was
Yeah.
the guys who won the award that did something.
I thought Kimmel helped with the Moonlight
No,
La La Land.
Kimmel was sitting in the audience, ready for the last bit, which was going to be him sitting next to Matt Damon, going, "You didn't. Oh, how does it feel to you not winning anything?"
And then they cut it.
And then they suddenly were, and then he was sitting there, and when they mentioned the wrong thing, he was like, "Huh, someone should do something." Oh crap! I'm the host, and that's what he realized. And he kind of did something, but then it became such a what do we do? Like to me, you don't need a host because that's what a producer is for. Like I really like.
We were ending this video.
We were
Yeah.
sorry,
So-
and then we talked about hosts.
This is all arbitrary. We won't care about this until
Yes.
the next Oscars.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us on this episode. Make sure you are following us tomorrow. We are going live. We will be live streaming our Oscars, and I am so excited. We're going to be sitting here. Peter is going to
Unfortunately,
a theater.
he will not be here with
He's
us.
going to go actually watch it in freaking Gold Class
Luxury.
or something. And
His tuxedo.
just
It's all about who you know, right, Peter?
yeah. No complaints, guys. Thank you so much, and until next time, we will see you then. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.
Bye.